Hi guys, I'm back again today with another video, and today we're checking out US versus Europe obesity. We kind of like touched based on this a little bit, but it wasn't necessary. No, it was a small part of Europe, I would say. It wasn't like general statistics. It was like one part of Europe only. So now I think we will get, this is assumptions. We are going to get a general comparison rather than just one specific part of Europe. So before we do start, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell button, and let's find out.
Americans, known for their many inventions, their massive cultural influence over the world, their iconic landmarks, their massive military strength, and their size. No, I'm not talking about you guys' landmass or population, which by the way aren't even that big. Now I'm talking about the country's massive obesity problem.
Well, that looks good still. Breakfast. That is my breakfast. On holiday though. Eat course meals containing fiber. Oh gosh. Estrogen in men. This look nicer. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm overwhelmed because everything is just going by too fast. American colonial cuisine or effects of Western diet on facial and dental development. Primitive South Sea Islander and modernized South Sea Islanders. Well, I noticed too because I lived in Africa for a long time, and most people there, our teeth are like really good. But now that I'm in Philippines, I don't know if it's the rice, but it's not good for like my teeth is weaker. Is I mean I'm old also, but I notice like a lot of people get cavity here more than in Africa. Or I mean I'm not Africa, but in Ghana because I wasn't in the whole freaking Africa, but specifically in Ghana. So I don't know, like the teeth there are stronger, they're whiter, less cavity, and we don't even go to the dentist that often over there. Like I went to the dentist there maybe like twice in 6 years, and my teeth was okay. But now, wow, not good. Even if you brush your teeth like 20 times a day, you still get cavities or floss and all that stuff. I don't know if it's the food or what it is. Bad. Okay, I wanted to see this. Ibal. Obesity 50%. Wow.
Aside from their gun laws, their use of weird metrics for no reason, and their lack of universal health care, Americans being fat is one of the main things the rest of the world makes fun of them for. And this topic is actually such a sensitive subject that in the past, American politicians have had their entire reputations ruined by fat jokes. But how bad is America's obesity epidemic really? Is it just a silly stereotype, or 73% of Americans are overweight, 42% of American adults are obese, but the heaviest guy ever in the world's entire history was American? And that's right guys, I'm going to do the same thing that all the overly serious geography channels with 4K stock footage backgrounds and boringly normal political takes do, and Compare America to Europe. Compared to America's 42% obesity rate, Europe clocks in at only 17%. And that 70% is literally all Turkey's fault, okay? I'm not even joking. If you remove the UK and Turkey from that statistic, Europe would have like minus obesity percentage, okay? And if you want to take the America pilled side on this, you could argue that compared to European food, American food just tastes better. And therefore, they eat more of it because it tastes nicer. Simple. That's kind of true in a way, but also completely not true in a way. For example, as much as I love a proper British meal, I'm not exactly going to be frantically binge eating beans on toast, you know? Also, take this Neapolitan pizza, right? Most people would agree it's really, really tasty. But
I
it's
love
not something you'd really get chemically addicted to and keep manically stuffing more and more of them down your throat, even if you're full. It's literally just bread, cheese, tomato, and basil. It's not like that good. American food, on the other hand, is like the most addictive Moorish drug ever. America has the second highest salt consumption per capita in the world, second only to their best mates, China. The USA also has the highest processed sugar consumption in the world, and this stuff literally makes your brain release dopamine, which is the same type of high you get off so basically, American food is just weak-ass crap, and for that reason it's a lot tastier for your dopamine-starved crackhead brain than boring, regulated European food. I mean, just wait till the Yanks find out about the UK's sugar tax.
We have sugar tax?
I'll get back to that in a second. I just got a quick question for you. Have you ever used public networks and felt completely unsafe and unprotected?
Okay, before we move on, so recently when I went to Korea, there's sweets, coffee, cakes, anything that is sweet, like even like chocolate bars, that you would get from like a convenience store. Anything sweet was so mild. Like you know that this is a dessert, this is something sweet, but it wasn't as crazy as in the Philippines. Because when you have a slice of cake, and I ate a lot of cake because in my brain, my brain was telling me like it's nothing compared to the Philippines. This is like diet cake in the Philippines. Like this is nothing, I'm just lying to myself. I know, but I was on vacation, so I always give myself excuses to gain weight that is hard to lose. So I just kept eating sweets because I couldn't, like, one slice of cake is probably equivalent to a spoon of cake sugar in the Philippines. That's what I thought. Like it wasn't, the sweets here, like the cakes here, one slice you will get tired. Even like half of a slice you will get tired because it's too sweet and you're like, this is too much. I can't. You'll give up. But there, for them, probably it's too sweet because I asked my friend, "Is this sweet for you?" And they kept saying, "Yeah, it's very sweet. That's why I don't eat desserts." And I'm like, "This is like nothing. There's no sugar in this. Like there's 2 grain of sugar in this, and you're telling me it's sweet." I could eat like a whole cake and not feel anything. It's crazy. So our sweets here is crazy on another level. I don't know if it's American level, but it's on another level.
Data breaches and malware infections could just be one click away. Do you really want to risk your important data? Of course you don't. With CyberGhost VPN, you do not have to worry anymore. Once you turn it on via the app of online, able to access a tiny plus for 7 to use. CyberGhost VPN is great. Countries have taxes to make the result free. Anyway, whilst I know taxing sugar does seem like an extreme measure, the results don't lie, The main reason why loads of European countries have taxes to make sugary products more expensive is so that these unhealthy foods don't become the most affordable option for poor people. As you can see on this map of America, these states in the deep south are the poorest in the country. These same states are also the most obese in the country. This is because the cheapest food in America is also the unhealthiest, most addictive possible. Also, on average in America, the lower paying your job is, the more hours you work. Meaning the poorer workers don't have time to cook proper meals, hence fast food. I mean, it's all good being a progressive Western West Coast hipster food influencer telling everyone they need to start eating Greek yogurt, fresh fruit, and granola every morning if they want to lose weight.
So
But if all you
expensive.
can afford is Frosted Flakes, you're gonna have to get that, especially if you're chemically wired to only be able to wake up if you get your morning head rush of endorphin exploding sucrose. And then you factor in that this shit is actually marketed as healthy in the USA, and it's actually so over for any Americans that want to lose weight. It's a bit like how drinks like Prime are marketed as healthy sports beverages. Yeah, it
Prime
might
is
have
so
less
good.
sugar, but realistically it contains like millions of toxic artificial sweet.
It's so addicting. It's so good. Prime, and I looked at the sugar. I was like, but it's so good.
Sweeteners that will corrode
I
away your
had it once in
internal
my life
organs
though.
faster than bleach would. Unfortunately, America's food industry is based more around marketing and selling a product for profit than actually providing decent scran for hardworking people. And the big food companies have one big trick up their sleeve to guarantee full obedience, addiction, and maximum profit from their American customers. MSG, the mystical white powder that, I quote, antagonizes your pancreas into pouring out more insulin, a hormonal cascade that makes you feel hungrier. So the food
MSG,
many Americans think
Asian
stops
food.
their hunger actually makes them more hungry, and they eat way more food than they needed. Man, you know something has to be really bad for Pakistan to ban it. I mean, at least
Oh,
in
wow.
Pakistan they use their legs, which is something that's completely unthinkable for a lot of Americans, since half of their cities and road networks are entirely built around accessing fast food chains and making sure people get as little exercise as possible. Less than 25% of Americans walk for more than 10 minutes continuously in a typical week. And I know you America-pilled guys might see public transport as pathetic, stupid, lefty nonsense, but realistically the 12-minute walk from your house to the train and the 13-minute walk from your train to your work, for some people could be the difference between being able to touch your toes and being morbidly ill. Also, another thing I wanted to quickly
Why do
mention
we
is
have
how the US uses fast food addiction to economically colonize other countries. For example, the Marshall Islands, Guam, Micronesia, just loads of the Pacific Island nations. These countries once had extremely natural diets, mainly consisting of fish, which this part of the world is rich in. That was until America decided to nuke the f***ing shit out of their waters. Hundreds of bombs were tested here by the US military despite major local protests. This left a lot of fish dead or radioactive, which as you can imagine was pretty bad for the fishing industry, leaving many Micronesians poor, vulnerable, and in need of cheap food. Hey, did someone say Mickey D's? Yeehaw, did someone say goddamn Wendy's? Hey, did someone mention some clucky-looking Kentucky Fried goddamn chicken? Who ordered some Burger King? Hell yeah! This has led to this region becoming the most unhealthy, most insanely obese part of the world. Kinda reminds me a bit of how the US treated Native Americans' rations. Yeah, we know you're 100% goddamn reliant off our rations since we eradicated 100% of your goddamn stupid, healthy, natural food source. So in return, we're gonna send you just enough sugar and lard and hard liquor and gambling chips for you to stay alive. Freedom! So anyway, I guess the moral of this story is maybe beans on toast isn't actually that bad.
Isn't.
And don't forget, hit that link in the description to get
That's
the
it.
special discount CyberGhost VPN is granting to Geopod viewers. Protect your data whilst you browse, get full access to block.
That's it. Well, at least they have laws in Europe. When it comes to food, like this is not allowed, this is allowed, this is okay. Compared to like put everything in a thing and call it food, right? Mm, yeah. But hey, I'm the worst when it comes to food actually because I have moments wherein like I'm very disciplined and then when that breaks, I can also be the worst. I can have like McDonald's, and then Jollibee at the same time, and then KFC, and then have like Doritos and a slice of cake, all in one day. This is one day. I'm not talking about like in a span of a week or a month. It's one day. It happens. It happens. So I'm not a very clean eater, but I try my best. I could be the worst or still the worst. But anyways, beautiful peeps, thank you for joining. Let me know what your diet consists of? And do you uphold to this, or do you break once in a blue moon, or are you just like F it, I'll just have a freaking Dorito while watching movie every night type of person? Do you, boo boo? I'll see you in the next video. Bye.